thinking about, because we're now, the levels are relaxed, and depending on when you're watching this, it's almost kind of becoming a thing that we survived, the trauma that we've all been through, and now are on the other side. I'm like, I can't wait for 20 years from now, where we look back at this time and the hilarious stuff that we've all been through. For me, I'm looking beyond the pain of today and looking forward to the story that we will tell our children about how we got those scars. You know what I mean? When your child starts asking you foolish questions like, geez, Mom, why is your face two different colors? Why have you darker on top and lighter at the bottom? Because they don't know about masks. They don't know about all of these things. For me, masks have been some of my favorite things. Masks have protected us from stunk back mensa. You know those people with the honky breath. They're the most confident people. I don't understand it. You were eating kakas last night, and now you want to tell me secrets. And those people, they don't know social distancing. Those people always want to be here. They always want to be here, and they always have like an extra lung, because when we speak, it's normal. But when they speak, when you can feel the breath. Your shirt starts... You know what I mean? Like, why are you breathing so much? Why is there so much breath? And I've always had it. I've always been that guy that buys chappies, not for me, but I'm buying chappies just in case I meet one of those people that wants to be here. When you've met someone, when they walk in and breathe, the temperature in the room changes. When they breathe, smoke alarms start going off, small children and dogs start running away. Their breath almost has like a color. It looks like those old dental commercials where you can see the corona coming out. You know what I mean? Those people, I'm always like, thank goodness now they've got to wear a mask. And what you notice about them, they're always crying. Why? Because they're smelling their own stunk, mont, rotten sis. Thank goodness for masks. A mask has saved me so many times. Other than the fact that I don't have to smile anymore, because I'm fat. My eyes look like I'm smiling all the time. So for me, embrace the mask. If you're not wearing a mask anymore, put the mask back on, because it's probably you with your stunk mont. That's why you don't even want to wear the mask. I burped once. I smelled a Russian from 2007. Guys, tell me Pinecken was not a thing in your neighborhood. That's what my dad calls it. He doesn't call it pineapple beer, he calls it Pinecken. And you know why we called it Pinecken? Because you saw rich people for the first time in their lives making their own beer in their backyard. I saw people on Discovery. They pay medical aid, but they are still there buying pineapples and making them rot, using yeast. Now people are mixing, Googling recipes. These things were hilarious, because it was always those people, nah, but it's craft beer. I was like, it's not craft beer, it's cock beer. It's close, but it's definitely not the same thing. What are you talking about, craft? My dad is one of those people, because my dad loves beer. Listen, my dad has beer with Kellogg's in the morning. My dad is a beer guy. My dad calls me up the other day and he's just like, how's it? And I'm like, away. And he's like, listen, there's been an explosion. So I'm like, an explosion? What do you mean? You live on a farm. My dad lives like outside of Scottsboro, there in the sugarcane fields. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, no, there was an explosion. And I was like, what happened? He's like, no, the Pinecken. I'm like, how did the Pinecken explode? He's like, I didn't burp it. I'm like, what do you mean burp it? Did you have another child again? And you didn't tell me about it. And he's like, no, I stopped having children 7 years ago. I'm like, who are these people anyway? I didn't burp it. I'm like, what do you mean you got to burp it? He's like, no, because you put yeast in it, you have to burp it. What happens is you've got to open the you know that thing, you've got it, and then he didn't do the, and then 2:30 in the morning, he says the thing exploded. Where did he keep it? In his bedroom. Why? Because he's dumb. He's dumb. The only wise thing about him was he said, yeah, at least I had a big cock before I went to sleep. Otherwise, it could have got messy. That thing woke me up rough. And I'm just like, Dad, take it easy. For goodness sake, just calm down, relax. He says the only way to enjoy Pinecken is you've got to add 20% imagination, because he says it tastes cock and it doesn't really make you drunk, but if you just imagine, if you just remember those times when you're actually drunk, you're gonna be fine. I think one of my favorite things has been like going to a mall and going out, because previously I didn't enjoy malls because people want selfies, kind of being on TV. Once you're on TV, it doesn't matter that you're fat anymore. Even thin people like you. I love going to a mall now because we're all like in disguise. Like, you know what I mean? When you go to a mall now, it's like that opening scene of the Rambo movie. Remember that scene where Rambo was busy gathering his things, putting that shoe polish on his face for no reason? Now it's just us there, putting on masks, trying to cover our hair. We're busy with sanitizer. We've got the preparation process. Then you get to the mall and it's like everybody's in a scene from one of those crazy movies where there's a war story. Everybody's just watching each other, reminding old auntie, your mask. There's always that auntie, sorry, your mask, auntie, your mask, because you forget it in the car. Now we're finally all there. Everybody's nervous, and this makes me happy, because before it used to only be me that used to get nervous in the mall, but now everybody's nervous. And you know why people are nervous? Because there's that security guard at the door. You know, that one has taken his job far too seriously. Like when he grew up, he was watching Bad Boys and he thought he's gonna be Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, and now he works at Cresta Center and he wears steel-tip shoes for no reason. But now that we've given him that gun, because you've seen him with those, those thermometers, where he's given him that gun where the guy is, instead of holding it not normal. He's even holding it a little bit like a tsotsi. Like, you know what I mean? You walk up to the he thinks he's Rambo. You know what I mean? He's got the mask on. He's got the camouflage things. And as he comes, he's like, hey, sorry. Temperature. Not your arm. You're wearing short sleeve. Your arm, it's cool. I want your head, boy. What makes us nervous, though, is not so much the gun. It's not even the way he's pointing it at your head. It's the beep anxiety, guys. And I know you suffer from beep anxiety because Moles have been doing this to me forever. Beep anxiety to finally see everybody suffering, no matter which race or creed or age, everybody stresses. Because I don't know what it is. Because why? When they pull that trigger, you gotta wait just for the beep. Because in your mind, it's gonna beep different. Like in your mind, if it just goes beep, you're fine. But if it goes beep, 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 like, you 39 degrees, shit. Somebody call an ambulance. This one is dying. And you don't wanna be, you wanna be between 34, 37, max, even 37, you start crossing your fingers. That's the maximum you wanna be. I don't understand why it's gonna take so long, because it's in that little period from the time they pull the trigger to the time the beep comes, you just there getting anxious, because it's like going for an AIDS test. You know, if you've ever been for an HIV test, even if you've never had sex in the last 3 years, that thing makes you nervous. You had a test 3 months ago, it doesn't matter. You're crossing your fingers. I don't know if you think the AIDS is now airborne and you just got it, you get that anxiety because you want to be 34, you want to be 36, you want to be 36, and then beep. And then the guy goes, okay, next. I'm like, no, bruh, show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. He's like 36.5. I'm like, VR6, boy. All day, every day. VR6. Inside the mall is where my anxiety normally peaks. And this is where I've had it forever. And you guys are only experiencing it now with the gun. Because what will happen is I'll be there doing my shopping. You know me, I'm a modeler. I go there, buy the XXX size designer clothes, you know. Nice things, me and Okwobus Visa, same WhatsApp group, you know what I mean? Just looking cute. Then I'm walking out with my huge bags. You know, they've only got 3 t-shirts in, but when the t-shirts are my size, you know what I mean? And then, you know, as you walk past those, what do they call them? You know, those shoplifter devices. As you walk past those shoplifter devices, if those things beep, I don't know if it's my Eldorado Parkness, I don't know if it's like my current heritage coming back from a couple of generations ago, but if that thing beeps, even though I know I've paid, even though I know I've never stolen a thing in my life, there's something in me that when that thing beep, 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 I start accusing myself, Jason, did you black out and steal things again? You know, you just start patting yourself down. Now I'm laying on the floor with my hands behind my back and the guy's like, no, man, this one has got a problem. Sorry, sir. No, it wasn't even this thing. There's somebody at 39 degrees. We sent them home. They're going to be fine. That anxiety's been with me forever. I'm so glad that anxiety is now with you. My whole point is this. Happiness is not for free. Happiness is probably the most difficult thing to choose. Being sad, being miserable, being depressed, suffering from anxiety, unfortunately, those are the easy choices in this time. My advice to you, wake up, choose and find your happy, because nobody's gonna dollar for you. Nobody's waking up thinking about you and your happiness and how to make you feel better about your cock life. So all you've got to do is believe in yourself. That's why I wake up, look myself straight in the mirror like this, and I'm just like, you mean you're going in the world like this, boy? Maybe you should put a condom on. I'm Jason Goliath. Thank you so much. Be happy, be nice, be safe. Bye-bye.